So there it is, the evolution of Michael Phelps. This is Sifu Slim, and I'm coming in from a workout, and that's what keeps us all going. I've tapped into it. I fortunately started out when I was very young, and I tapped into it. And what happens when I miss? Even though I've stayed fit since I was 6 years old, and before that I was just a kid. And what do? You move around, especially in the 60s when I was growing up. You're moving all the time. You're not thinking about food and iPhones and TV. TV, we had 3 channels when I was a little kid, and there were a lot of adult programming, right? So you had Saturday morning cartoons, and then you had adult programming. So the kids were out playing all the time. There were addiction to recreation, to being with our friends, and to being kids. Those were healthy, healthful addictions. So I just showed you the evolution of Michael Phelps, and on that documentary I was astounded to find out, I hadn't followed Michael Phelps this past year and a half or so, pre-2016 Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, Orde Progresso, all you Brazilians out there. So I hadn't followed that. And so what did I learn? Well, I learned that Michael Phelps had undergone some serious problems, thoughts of ending his life. And then he found solace. He went to a rehabilitation clinic. He had been sedentary, he'd been hanging out in his room, not moving. So there are reasons he was not moving, but they all affect one another. If the brain tells the body not to move, the body's going to get sedentary, get lethargic, not send anything up telling the brain, hey, let's keep the stimulation up, it's a good feeling. The whole system, mind, body, spirit, and many more things shut down. Your karma, everything goes down. You have to take care of yourself. That's the name of the game. So previously, what was his motive? The big M for Michael was winning. He won in 3 Olympics previous to 2016. Now he's doing it again in number 4, and who knows, he may come back at age 35 in Tokyo and do some more. I would love to see it. So this isn't a critique of Michael Phelps. This is to show you that I get the long-term picture. I'm wired for thinking long-term. What you do today affects what you're going to be, where you're going to be tomorrow, etc. And you have to have a long-term plan. So this evolution of Michael Phelps, watching on YouTube, you'll see that when he goes to the rehabilitation center, what does he do? Well, first he's depressed, he's going to group therapy meetings, and that's more neurotic stuff, more neurotic behavior. That's what we do in rehabilitation centers. We often keep people in groups, sitting, reading, praying, meditating, all sedentary behavior. Now those things are part of a positive rehabilitation, but you've got to move your molecules. We all thrive when we move our molecules, and that's the key. When you look at the difference between Elvis, Frank Sinatra, and Michael Jackson, you have one person out of those 3 who lived till the age of 80, in his 80s. He passed away in his 80s. Frank Sinatra. Now, he was a guy who smoked, who grew up in a time where there was lots of boozing, carousing, smoking, alcohol, hanging out in clubs late at night. Not that Elvis and Michael Jackson didn't do some of that, but previously, Michael Jackson back in the 70s was doing things like Studio 54 and parties and dancing and movement. He could get around. He couldn't go to the clubs after Thriller. After 83, he could not go out to the clubs. He would have been swarmed. He would have had to go on to a private club or a private section in a club. He was bigger. Mike Tyson could go out. Michael Jackson, it's a different story. That is, it's a shame. It's a crying shame. Elvis, same thing, lots of movement. I mean, who could move better than Elvis? I mean, you look at him when he's 18 to 26, phenomenal mover. What did he do after that? Sedentary behavior. Tried to make a comeback doing Kempo and other martial arts. That's not the same. Sedentary behavior, that will take you down. So the challenge I made to Michael Phelps back in 2009 was to get to age 48. That's the age I was in 2009. By not being sedentary. Keep moving, get on maintenance, stabilize yourself through a grounding process where there's balance, mind, body, and spirit, and alleviate sedentary behavior. You're hanging out on the phone, stand up, go for a walk. You're working on your computer, change positions, maybe 4 different positions. Physio ball, ergo chair, standing with 1 foot up. moving your desk height. There's many ways you can do it. You can put a box on your desk and get that height up and move it and then hang out in your bed. I use my laptop on my stomach. I put a special grounding pad that's connected to the wall, the grounding outlet and the three-pronged outlet, the top one or the bottom one, the one round one, the grounding. So that's how I get grounding. It's not the best thing, laptop on the stomach, but the biomechanical problems of sitting, in my opinion, far outweigh the damage done by some heat and some EMF frequency, especially if you're plugging in to the grounding outlets. That's about as good as I can do. So Michael, this goes out to you. Props to you. I hope you will take the message that I threw out there in 2009. You may have seen it, the Michael Phelps Challenge, Sifu Slim. It's on YouTube, and I'd love to hear people's feedback on that. But my goal is to take people like Michael Phelps, teach them about maintenance. He knows a lot about performance. He knows a lot about training. He knows about winning. Terrific, wonderful things. Now mix in the rest of your life, and you may have a good 60 or 70 years left. Mix in physical activity, the maintenance, the rehabilitation. I saw you were doing cupping. You've got the aging body at age 30, and you've got injuries and things that are not healing like they used to. That's normal. Embrace it, and that will make you feel good. That's a positive thing. You embrace the aging process. You learn different things than winning. You learn wellness. Replace winning with wellness. And the big win is you will have health and balance, mind, body, and spirit. And then you can take that message to your wife, your mom. She looks like she needs some balance. So come on, Mrs. Phelps, let's get balance. You're teaching kids, get balance yourself so you can teach those kids how to be balanced. You're a principal, you may still be. So teach people about balance, mind, body, and spirit. So Sifu Slim's message, keep it all in control. Look at Sinatra. Don't embrace everything he did, but look at he was still performing. He was less sedentary than Elvis and Michael Jackson. Madonna, but not very sedentary up to her age, which is about my age. I hope for her also non-sedentary behavior, not just high-impact aerobics and yoga, those types of things. Fully functional exercise, recreation, out in nature as much as possible, hiking, getting to know native tribal cultures, and tap into that because those people made it for millions of years. The modern gym rats haven't made it very long, and look at us. We're not doing very well with the modern sedentary and then sometimes gym lifestyle. So I wish you all the best. Michael, go for the gold. We appreciate all of your efforts. Get balanced and enjoy life. Sifu Slim, SifuSlim.com, author of The Aging Athlete and Sedentary Nation.